Hey guys, this is Bridget and welcome to my What I Eat in a Day in the Winter video. So we're going to be going through my day and I'm going to be showing you kind of like the little cooking of what I eat. I follow particularly a very seasonal diet, so that's why this is specifically winter. You're going to see my spring one, you're going to see my summer one, and they're going to be drastically different than what I eat in this video. Just so you know, this is like the heavy stuff, and it's fun stuff. So I hope that you enjoy, and comment below if you like videos or want more videos like this. I do have my free recipe guide PDF. If you want that for free, please go to the description and you can get that. So let's get into it. First thing I do when I wake up is have a quart of fresh spring water or distilled water. And no, I don't start my mornings like most people. I start my mornings with Chlorella, which is amazing, alkalizing, and it pulls chelator, all the heavy metals from the body. So it's a great way to start, even though I know a lot of people start with lemon water. This is my favorite way. And it does taste good once you get used to the flavor. Next, for breakfast, we're gonna have my grain-free vegan bread. I will have the recipe soon for you guys up, but this is my stolen sweet Christmas bread, actually, and it's just wonderful. And it's actually quite light because it doesn't have any grains in it, and so it's just so lovely and delicious and nostalgic for me. And so I just put a little bit of coconut oil or a little bit of palm butter, and I love starting my mornings with reishi tea or spring dragon tea. Both of these are wonderful brands. You've seen them before. And then I like to add a little bit of honey to my toast. For lunch, I'm going to be having a delicious kale salad that, of course, needs to be massaged so that it is digestible and bioavailable so that we can get all the nutrients from it. I massage it with salt and lemon juice usually, and it is wonderful that way. So the thing that's key about this is that usually salads are cold, but one of the ways that I like to do it with drizzling the olive oil is by adding warm sesame seeds and just slightly toasting them to where they pop, and then adding them to the salad so that it makes it warm and it's not a cold salad, and it gets a few more warming fats in there as well. And then what we're going to do is have a chickpea omelet. So it's 1-to-1, 1 cup flour, and this is sprouted chickpea flour, and 1 cup of water. So this is really fun, really easy. You make it just like you would make a normal omelet, minus the eggs, and you just beat it together. You can add pepper, salt, garlic powder, whatever you want. Just pretend it's an omelet. And you pour it in when the hot pan is ready to go. I love adding tons of cilantro, some bell pepper, and any other spices to that as it fries up. And patting it down really helps everything stay together. So then flip it, and boom, there it is. A touch of mac nut cheese to top it. Lunch is ready. I hope you're having fun, because I'm having fun. And now it's time for my winter lunch, and I'm stoked to have something warm while it's cold outside. I'm gonna dive into it. Love kale salad. Good stuff. I also want to say here while I'm eating, I just thought of the ritual of course, blessing your food, and I think that is very powerful. For me, I make about 95% of my own food, so the act of making it is my devotional blessing. So by the time I actually sit down to eat the plate, I love taking it in and doing a blessing, but I don't need to as in depth because I'm making all the food, and I'm playing with it, and I'm taking in the vibrations. So that's one of the benefits of making your own food. But if it was someone else making it, of course, blessing them and raising the vibration by setting your intention and thanks into the food. One of my favorite snacks in the winter are pomegranates and other seasonal fruits, maybe such as persimmon. I just love getting whatever fruits are in season and getting the nutrients that we need for our bodies. An alternative snack I may have during the day is also a miso soup. If you've been watching me on Instagram, you know how much I love this. I love non-soy based misos. This is an azuki bean miso by the company South River Miso, which I love. And I'll add some things like toasted sesame oil and just a bit of cilantro, maybe the nori that you see there, and a bit of kelp noodle. It's super delicious and very mineral rich and also good with the probiotics. All right, so it's dinner time, and you might be thinking by now, I thought that you pretty much just ate raw food, and that's the most spiritual thing to do. But years ago, I was raw for 2 winters, and I froze to death because it lowered my body temperature so much. Going raw works if you're like in Bali or these really warm places all year, but if you're in a cold climate, it just is kind of irresponsible, I've found out. So one of my favorite dishes for dinner is actually, is it sliding? Is khichdi. And this is an Ayurvedic dish that I fell in love with because I just love Indian food to begin with. And khichdi is so amazing because it is incredibly warming and nutritive and is actually cleansing because of its fatty nature and its digestibility, so it pushes it and expels out toxins, which is amazing. I actually went on a khichdi cleanse for 30 days. This is a cleanse? What? So it's kind of interesting because there's so many different schools of thought around the world, and there's so much that we can gain from all of them, and so I just like pulling from all the different ones to see what works best for me. But this is so freaking delicious, and of course, again, we have cilantro. This video could just be 3 ways to use cilantro in your day, because can't get enough of the heavy metal detox with those, and I just love the flavor. So you can pretty much use most of the traditional recipes online. I wouldn't use a modern khichdi recipe because they had it down for a reason, right? And you always want to have the split, if you can, sprouted mung beans so that they're really digestible. And then I used my favorite wild rice that's very digestible as well instead of basmati. Don't use a brown rice because brown rice is actually challenging to digest. That's why they use basmati. But this wild rice is very easy to digest, so that works. So anyways, I'm going to get into it now. I'm also going to give you a second bonus dinner, which is really fun. You can use part of the recipe actually as a gravy, as a vegan mushroom gravy, which is so freaking good. And I grew up on green bean casserole. I don't know if any of you guys did, the old traditional gross one with canned green beans and like cream of mushroom soup and all that weird stuff. But this is my healthy version that I invented, and I'm so excited to share it with you. So it's very rich, but it's very fun. So that will be up next. But for now, talk about grounding, right? It's just like, but it doesn't necessarily lower your vibration. Key to know, as well as because of the fat content, because it's so digestible, it also boosts your metabolism like crazy. Good to know. And on to the next. String bean dinner time. So we're going to take the fresh string beans and cut off the ends and wash them in fresh water. I'm so happy to have fresh green beans. And the key is to just steam them, but not too much so that you don't kill all the nutrients out of it. I'm going to add bell peppers to this recipe. You totally don't have to. I know that people are sensitive to lectins and nightshades, so feel free to leave it out. Delicious without it. And I'm going to add broccoli to this, which is super good as well. Any of them are good on their own. And of course, string bean casserole requires caramelized onions to make it its traditional sweet, yummy flavor. So I'm just chopping these up, and then one of the techniques I learned is actually just to lightly boil them so that it makes it easier to then caramelize, and I am caramelizing these in a grapeseed oil or whatever your preferred warming oil is for the winter. Now I'm going to make the gravy, so just chop up the mushrooms and then you're going to saute them, and again, your preferred oil. Some people don't like coconut oil, the sweet flavor. For me, it's a bit cooling for the winter, so I like to use either a palm butter that's sustainable or a grapeseed oil in replacement. So one of the things that I learned when I was younger is how to make a roux, which is the base of a gravy, from my mom. So you take usually a white flour and a butter. Here I'm using sprouted buckwheat flour and a palm butter to create this really thick paste, which then creates the base of a thick gravy. So you just beat it in there and add some extra. Now I've just added some macadamia nut milk. You could use cashew milk, almond milk, whatever you want to use, to just gently stir that in and bring this to a thick place, which is just wonderfully delicious. Now I'm adding the blended up mushrooms with some more of the milk, a little bit of garlic, and black pepper, bringing the smooth gravy to a finish. So now we have all the steamed vegetables mixed in there, adding the bell pepper to this particular recipe. Wonderful without it. And then I'm gonna add the gravy. So feel free to use this for next Thanksgiving. Everyone is going to love it. And then you just stir everything in really nice so that everything is covered and saturated in that delicious sauce. And of course, you need to bake it in the oven until it gets a little bit bubbly on top. Don't forget the caramelized onions on top, which makes it its classic green bean casserole delicious flavor. So here it is out of the oven. So wonderful. I'm eating it with a arugula salad and wild rice. Okay, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed my what I eat in a day. This one is a heavy one. Okay, I don't eat all of this at once in one day. These are the heaviest things that I eat, kind of all thrown into one video, but just to kind of drive home the point of getting in warming, getting in your fats from the Ayurvedic perspective in the winter is important. And if you guys want more recipes, I have my free recipe book PDF that you can download for free down below. So go check that out. If you did pay for it, I'm going to send you an upgraded, amazing version here in the next couple months. So it's a win-win situation. And please let me know if you like videos like this, if you like seeing what I eat. It's a kind of strange thing. And so I want your perspective and to see what you guys feel about it. I'm probably only going to do like one a month, you know, not necessarily just what I eat, but like talking about food, because it's a really important part of the spiritual awakening process. And so I want to keep the conversation going about it. But if you have anything specific that you would like me to do one on, please comment below. That'd be really helpful so that I can orient to what is best for you guys. And actually, I'll put a poll. I'm not sure which direction it'll be, but that you guys can vote and say like, yeah, or like, no. And that would be helpful so that I can know what you want, all right? I really appreciate you watching this video. If you like videos like this, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next Tuesday and Thursday with another video.